Now it's time for calling the clock. We're going to put 2 minutes on the board. Are you ready, Norman? Are you, you got all your...
We're calling the clock.
Ducks lined up? We are. All right. I'm going to go ahead and kick us off. Let's put that 2 minutes. Start it. We're broken. Oh my God.
Does that count against our 2 minutes?
Yes, it does. Of course it does. Words are hard. We broke the record. Boom.
Yes, we did.
The record has been broken. I mean, I don't think anyone's surprised.
No, but just think about where we had to come from. I mean, because when we had the Jamie Gold year, because of losing online, that went from 8,700 to 6,300 in 1 year. That was a 28% drop. We've had to build again without online being legal throughout the U.S. And frankly, if that thing hadn't happened after Jamie Gold won, we would have been beyond 10,000 within a couple of years. We probably would be up to 15,000 by now. So this was inevitable.
Right. So it was a field of 8,773 we had to beat. And now I think we're going to hit 10,000.
We'll certainly hit 9,500, which is great. Yeah. I'd like to wait for 10,000 for another year. But if we do it this year, that would be great.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, it would be because once we pass 10K, it's like, where do we go from here? And how? We just got to this new place. Are we already too big for it? I mean, that would be stupid.
Actually, they're going to have to find another ballroom, and they will be fine. They have outgrown this new space already. They're going to be finding another space, like a third big ballroom to use next year.
Are you serious?
Yes, they will.
Whoa.
Yeah, it'll be within the Horseshoe or Paris. But yeah, they've outgrown their space already. But they do have space elsewhere here.
Okay. Well, I didn't know about that. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see. It's great to see not only the numbers grow, but all the satellites, all the ways that people got in. Like I know, obviously, WSOP did a big deal at their Caesars properties all across the country with, I think it was like a big May giveaway. The GG brought, I think, nearly 1,000 players, almost something crazy like that. It's just another sign that poker is healthy. Like we have a lot of people coming out.
Poker's taken so many blows to the head over the years, and it's still remained very healthy. When you think about the blows to the head, it originally before the poker boom, it wasn't in the mainstream. It was back rooms of bars.
I like doing this because I get to cut him off. Yeah, Phil Hellmuth wins bracelet number 17. I feel like you're just doing that on purpose.
Yeah, I watched it because I heard. Yeah, I wanted to see what you're gonna do.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna do. Hellmuth wins his 17th bracelet at 5 a.m. Why? How horrible is that?
Well, it becomes a part of legend now because they did have a hard stop time earlier.
Yeah,
and they decided the players, Phil Ivey mostly said, let's play on. So they decided to play on. And so then it's done at 5 a.m. with a very small group of people around, obviously not being live streamed. Some people capturing it on cell phones.
Right.
And number 17, it's in a turbo. We hear everything. Phil can't do this. Phil can't do that. Well, a turbo is not really Phil's style.
No.
So he wins in a turbo. So it's just hats off to the poker brat again.
Yeah. I mean, I called him winning his 17th bracelet this year. I think Chad said that he thinks D-Negs is going to win one this year. Time's running out. I mean, we only have another 11 days of the series left. I hope to see Daniel win another bracelet, but I love seeing Hellmuth win his 17th. He had his hats ready. He already had 18.
He's got an 18 printed before he had 17. He's positivity once in a while.
I mean, it's incredible too that he has continued and continued. He's not the first. He is the second player to win at every home of the World Series. Josh Aurier was number one. And we just didn't put together to announce that story.
Well, I'm more impressed that he's won in 5 different decades.
Yeah.
I mean, starting in the 80s.
My God, right?
Yeah. So, and no one's gone past 10 when he was at 10 and he's made it to 17. It's going to be quite a while before nobody in this current group is going to catch him. Somebody in a future generation might catch him, but it's going to be really hard to catch him with the lead he has right now.
So Hellmuth did beat Justin Zaki heads up. Hellmuth takes home $803,818. Plus the gold bracelet. He gives everyone away. He only has the 89 in his collection. How cool is that?
Yeah, it gives them away to brothers, sisters, parents, whatever, best friends.
Not you, not me.
I said best friends. It's not going to be you or me.
True. Okay, let's go. Hellmuth is in the circus. I mean, did you see all this bullshit yesterday?
I just watched it on tape. I was not there to watch it live.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was in the hallway. And it was his normal thing. I am happy that he did upgrade from last year's costume. The Star Wars pajama thing was not my favorite of all the costumes and stuff he's done. But this was great. He had he dressed up like the Greatest Showman, Circus, Barnum and Bailey. He had Daniel Cates, Jungle Man, dressed up as a lion. And then he put him in a cage.
And
he had a chain on it.
Give credit to Jungle Man for willing to do that.
And he dragged him down the hallway.
I actually,
if you listen to the video I took, you can hear the cage running into the wall.
Oh, really?
Yes. 100%.
Who ran into the wall? Was it?
It was Phil.
Phil?
It was Phil.
Because I know he had a NASCAR accident in the parking lot of the Rio about 15 years ago during another promotion. But yeah, I give Phil credit here. I do not know why. I know Phil is always polarizing for a lot of good reasons, but I don't know why his grand entrance is so polarizing. It's harmless. It's so goofy, and it's unique to poker.
It's so sad to see people who do hate on it.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Enjoy this. It's the one time. It's not, he doesn't do this for every event, right?
Yeah.
He does this for the main event only. You know it's coming. Don't be surprised. And don't ask for him to change. Like, this is great.
Yeah, it's unique to our game. You don't see Tiger Woods do it. You don't see LeBron do it. You don't see Tom Brady do it. And I liked his outfit this year. Other than I would prefer if we didn't have nipple gate.
Nipple, yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to see his nipple. I don't want to see his bare body again. But it's just so much. It's goofy fun.
I'm going to try to not keep talking about his nipple. So we'll move on. But I do agree that we should pause the clock. Take a 5. Don't let the clock run if this happens. He's giving a speech. It is kind of hard for the players.
Yeah,
and stuff,
I understand pausing the clock. That would be nice, but it's just such a fun gimmick.
Completely agree. All right, Player of the Year race is still hot, but it's kind of separated now. Ian Matakis has a 441 point lead currently over not Sean Deeb, who it was for the most recent run. Now it's Chris Brewer after winning. We'll talk about Brewer in a second too. But Ian Matakis, man, whoa, this has been pretty insane.
It is. It's like the man coming out of nowhere. And this has happened before at the World Series, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly it's been notable players over the 20 years we've had Player of the Year. But Tom Schneider announced himself in 2007. Nobody knew who he was. Frank Casella won it in 2010. Nobody knew who he was. And Robert Campbell, 3-4 years ago, was not an established person. So we've had people that, it's always hasn't been the Negranus and the Sean Deebs and the Eric Lindgrens. So maybe Matakis will do it, but I would not bet against Sean Deeb. Yeah,
no kidding, right? And what I do love seeing is Sean Deeb tweeting responses to Ian all the time. Yeah. Like Ian will mention something and Sean will just it's just, you can feel the pain, but it's just.
And anyone in the top 10 can still win it. They'd have to, win like the main event or win. Or there's other events going on now during the main event. But my money's on Sean Deeb. He wants it the most. Others want it seemingly as much. But I was here like 4:00 in the morning the other day. I saw Sean Deeb looking for Player of the Year points in a garbage pail right outside the bathroom from the Horseshoe Event Center.
Unfortunately, he didn't find them. No, not yet. At least he'll keep looking. But yeah, I mean, on this top 10 list, it's great. Matakis, Brewer, Sean Deeb, of course, top 3. Got Michael Rodriguez Pires Santos in 4th. Jesse Lonis wins his bracelet 5th. Chad Easlage. You got David ODB Baker. Got in 7th. Chance Corneth. Jeremy Osmuth. Hellmuth is in 10th.
Yeah, those are all big names that are chasing. Of course, Hellmuth has finished runner-up a couple of times. Even though the other thing I love about these players, there's absolutely no reward for this. They want it badly. Hellmuth would love to win. They do get a
10K seat, but we have to move on. Chris Brewer beats Baker and Livingston in Deuce to 7 single draw championship for his 2nd bracelet of the summer. He goes from one of the best without to holding up 2 fingers in his picture already. I mean, nice summer.
It is, and I just talked about how polarizing things are in the poker community.
Yeah.
Poker is not unified about anything. When Chris Brewer won, it was like everyone was joyous that he got that first bracelet. Nobody has a beef with Chris Brewer. I mean, he once cut the line on me in Safeway, but I'm not going to make a big deal about it. But everybody else in the poker community, they love Chris Brewer, and they should. Plus, he had so many. What
was it? The 10 items or less line? Which one was it?
It was not the 10 items or less line. There's because of post-COVID, there are only 2 lines open. Okay, so I'm like 6th in line. And he does one of those things like he just kind of sachets his way up to 3rd or 4th, like people aren't going to see him. Like he's reaching for an M&M's and that little candy thing, and he just stands there.
What a piece of shit.
Piece of POS.
Yeah, no kidding. Chris Brewer takes down his 2nd bracelet, beating Alex Livingston heads up. ODB, David Baker in 3rd. Brewer takes $367,599. I mean, why not go for 3?
I was looking up his numbers. Why not go for 3? Since December 2020. And he's had a lot of wins, and people know he's had some really tough beats in really high voltage situations. But since 2020, 35 6-figure scores. Since December 2020, that's like a 2.5-year period. He's had 22 second and third place finishes since December 2020. Well, I mean, how many combined second or third place finishes will we have in our lifetime? What's the over-under on that?
I prefer not to comment on that. I prefer just leave it.
So congratulations, Chris Brewer.
No kidding, man. No kidding. Good job. We'll just go ahead and continue on to the next one. All right. The article is titled Agony of Defeat. Poker player runs kings into aces twice versus the same opponent to bust the main event on day 1A. Oh, the photo is insane of the guy in the against the wall. His girlfriend or some lady friend was just kind of looking away, and he's just.
That photo was almost like Pulitzer Prize winning to me.
Yeah,
you just feel all the emotion right there, sitting on the floor, hand in hand. Head in hand. Yeah, head in hand.
That might win an award come next year. It might win a GPI award. That photo is so
I love that photo, and it shows you the pain. But kings against aces, not once but twice, and twice against the same person.
Same player.
Let me tell you the equivalent of that in life.
Please.
Okay. Being married and your wife leaves you for another guy, and then being married again and your wife leaves you for the same guy. That is what happened that day. Kings versus aces twice against the same person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just brutal. It's just brutal. I mean, day 1A is a day where, I mean, I feel like it's more locals who play because, who wants to pay for a hotel for so many days and stay? It's a smaller field, obviously, but it was Aydin, the one who hails from Israel, not a local.
Yeah, not a local.
Who was that player to run so freaking horribly. I hope I would quit poker if it guaranteed I would never run that bad in life or whatever. Like, just stay away.
Well, we talked about earlier the main event when you bust out's the worst day of the year. He came halfway around the world. I always think it's tougher for people from around the world to come play here. Obviously, they got to come a long way. English is not their first language necessarily. He came halfway around the world to bust in that fashion. Yeah, I think with you, it'd take a long time to get over that.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations to Ruben Correa, though, whose aces held. Not once, but twice.
That's true.
How often does that happen? I mean, that should be the story. Whoa, aces can hold against kings? Not once or twice, and same guy. Okay, move on. All right, another bad beat. Oof. This is bad. 2 players bust on the very first hand of day 1D.
Okay, this should never happen.
No kidding.
Okay.
Oh,
now I remember because we had it. We had it on ESPN. How many years ago that Oliver Hudson?
I don't remember.
Busted to Sammy Farha.
Oh yeah.
On the very first hand, it was like aces full to tens full. $10,000 gone in 30 seconds. It should never happen.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. We've got some clips. We'll throw in one here for you to watch, but you know what's going to happen. We'll play it right here real quick.
I can even argue, and if you look at the guys like Hellmuth and Matisow who have a strategy on day one, and Hellmuth for years say, I'll never put more than half or 2/3 of my stack at risk on day one. There's no reason to. But you should never be in that situation on day one. I can even make an argument that you should not even, obviously the only situation where it's going to happen is if you're in pocket aces pre-flop for all your chips. But even then, against any other pocket pair, you're knocked out 1 out of 5 times. Those day one chips, you just want to survive. So it just shouldn't happen.
It's got to feel nice, though, waking up firsthand, looking at pocket kings, thinking, oh, mama, here we go. Seeing a 3-bet, a 4-bet, whatever it is, and be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to tell you what's happening here. All in. And then, I mean, and I've heard some silly stories of like, you can't fold aces here. Like, what are you talking about?
Well,
I've heard that comment.
That's the one that you can't fold. Except I said it's a 1 out of 5 chance you're out. Yeah. So why would you take the? But it's next to impossible to fold pocket kings pre-flop. But at the main event on day one, that's one of the times I'd consider it.
It's just so brutal, and the fact that it happened to 2 players too. I heard about the first one, and it was just this is just insane, Yep. Speaking of insane, I'm blown away by this one right here. Nicholas Rigby bags the overall lead for day 1D. The dirty diaper is back. I mean, you were on the microphone with all this bullshit with dirty diaper, right?
Yeah, it was so enjoyable.
Yeah,
it was. Again, you got a guy coming out of nowhere.
Yeah,
playing. In Pittsburgh, they got the diaper and the dirty diaper, the tray deuce, and then the suited tray deuce.
Yeah,
is the dirty diaper.
It's the full diaper, right? The full. It's the dirty diaper or is it the diaper?
No,
and the
it's the
dirty
diaper and the dirty diaper.
Oh, I thought,
Okay.
Okay.
And then he has that great run. We saw, he had a great bluff with the Trey Deuce at a key part of the tournament. He goes deep, and now he's back again with it, and he's the chip leader.
I mean, massive chip leader.
And he's made a famous, we've had a bunch of hands over the years now that have been famous. Most of them are from the World Series. The original 10 deuce, the Doyle Brunson. Farconi with the Queen 10, which helped him win his title. More recently, we had the Jack 4, which has nothing to do with the World Series, but that's the Robbie.
Yep.
And now the Trey Deuce. It's just so much fun to have another hand, which you can put a tag on and maybe you play in your home game or your casino.
My goodness. I mean, do you know by chance like what the big blind count is if you start with 60K? I don't know offhand for if you start day 2.
Oh, it's 60K?
Yeah.
It's
probably about like...
It's still a healthy amount. I don't know if I forget what I should know.
I'm sorry, I don't either. But I'll tell you, Nick Rigby has 511 big blinds.
That's a lot of big blinds.
Yeah, 511. So hopefully, PokerGo, if you're listening, put him on the feature table. I want to see some deuce Trey. I want to see if the law of average comes back his direction.
It will, because one of the problems with having 500 big blinds, the way you accumulate them is the way you lose them.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen.
Other big names who made big chip counts. Brittany Stout finishes second for 469 bigs. Big Hooney 402. It's great. It's huge. Day 2 ABC has already started, and that's our calling the clock. So now we'll just go ahead and bring in our special guest. Let's go to it.